Welcome to another edition of Smart Chat here on YouTube.com, and I thank you for watching, liking, subscribing to this channel. If you haven't done so, please do so right now. Do want to give you my WrestleMania 32 thoughts, and they're in no particular order. Again, just some of my opinions and my thoughts. Looking back at WrestleMania, to me, WrestleMania has to be, or it's always been, at least in my opinion, to me, it's supposed to be the culmination of a whole wrestling season. Even though there are no seasons, but it's supposed to be culmination of feuds, so to speak. You're always looking for that big moment, memorable moment. And if the memorable moment, what we as wrestling fans are to come out of this, is Zack Ryder winning the Intercontinental Championship, with all due respect to Zack Ryder, if that's our memorable moment, then WrestleMania, 6 hours of it, it felt like 2 episodes of 3-hour Raws, quite honestly. To me, anyway. And just, to me, it felt like it really didn't progress any of the storylines going forward. If I were to give this WrestleMania a grade, it would probably be a C+. Would I ever go back to watching this whole WrestleMania? No, from start to finish, no. Would I watch some matches? Yes. Maybe 2 or 3 matches. But that's about it. That's about it, quite honestly. It just felt like it was almost like trying to rush along, or how many cameos can we get? When you look at all the cameos that happened at WrestleMania, the cameos that you had were John Cena, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, HBK, Mick Foley, and that led to about 90 seconds of ring action. Let me just backtrack here. Here's the thing that I have a problem with Zack Ryder winning the Intercontinental Championship. The man hasn't won a match since 2012. And now all of a sudden, he's the champion. What does that say about the Intercontinental Championship? So much so, even to the fact where he wasn't even in this match about 2 weeks. Now, if you had Zack Ryder winning your WrestleMania ladder match, then you're probably very rich. Just looking at that match, I thought it was a good match. A lot of guys took a lot of brutal bumps. Like one that comes into mind when with that last spot there between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, when Kevin Owens took that spot on the ladder, weren't you thinking to yourselves, "Oh my goodness, Kevin Owens, please move your leg, do something"? That looked like a brutal bump on his neck. Surprised he didn't get injured, thankfully. Or maybe he was injured, and maybe just an audible was called, because an audible was called maybe to make Zack Ryder win, because that was absolutely brutal. I can't stress it enough. Go watch back and take a look at it. Sami Zayn, he kind of, I'm thinking to myself, Sami Zayn, of the people in that ladder match, probably had the biggest pop. I think next to Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn, he kind of, people were chanting the ole, ole, ole. I doubt, I thought that was, I doubt a lot of people in the audience, at at the end of the day really know Sami Zayn from his El Generico days and Ring of Honor. But I think, I almost see like Sami Zayn, like I almost see like a Daniel Bryan type of thing with Sami Zayn, in which people gravitate and attract to. Maybe it's just me, but Sami Zayn is able to get some type of a catchphrase on top of that ole ole. I think it could be Sami Zayn could just blow up and take off. Looking at going back into that pre-show there, when you had Kalisto and Ryback, I mean, I did predict that Kalisto would win. I was right. I know WWE likes seeing always the small guy beat the big guy. But kind of the match there, no one's seen it. People are still filing in. It's kind of almost like, why put it on a pre-show? I don't know. If you're going to be on a WrestleMania card, why put it on a pre-show? Just maybe put it with the regular actual WrestleMania. I mean, no one's seen that match, and it's a shame for Ryback and Kalisto. No one, if you looked at it, no one was in the stadium. And there were the people that were, they were too busy chanting Goldberg. Kind of, I don't know even if WWE took much stock in that match, maybe, which is why it was put on first to begin with. The Divas, it's no longer Divas. At that time, it was the 6 tag match, women's match. This girl, Eva Marie, she is the female version of Roman Reigns. My, oh my, do people love to boo Eva Marie. And maybe I'm missing something. She's supposed to be a face, I guess, in storyline, because she is on Team Diva. Why, after she does just one move, and it seems to happen all the time, does she kind of like placate or show off to the crowd after doing one move? She shows off, does another move, shows off. What is this? I thought she's supposed to be a face, or is it just something that she's been doing? Is she trying to be a heel? I just don't understand, and it makes the crowd hate her even worse. Even worse. Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Becky Lynch. Charlotte wins. I like that touch where she came in. It looks like one of Ric Flair's robes. That was a nice touch, cool thing to see. She wins. It's no longer the Divas Championship. It's now the Women's Championship. And actually, a couple months ago, I said that this is what they should do with Charlotte Flair. Maybe this is with her winning, and now she is the Women's Champion. Maybe this is a reset on her character and her title rank, because it hasn't been really that great. Maybe this is just a reset, and they're going to try to revamp things once again with Charlotte. AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho obviously wins. Now, I don't know. I'm a little bit confused with this. Chris Jericho, at least in my assumption here, when he was brought back to the WWE, is to get AJ Styles over. And Chris Jericho won numerous titles here in the WWE. Chris Jericho won numerous WrestleMania matches. What exactly was the point of him beating AJ Styles? If the whole point was to get him over, maybe wouldn't getting someone over at WrestleMania be the biggest honors? Or on the other side of it, if you look at it, AJ Styles is 38 years old. He's not exactly a new kid. He's been around for some time. Maybe the WWE feels that he doesn't need this win because he is established in the sense of being in the business a while, and he does have a name to him. I think the WWE even believes that he has some type of name to him, or else he wouldn't have gone straight to the main roster. He probably would have gone to NXT. So just got a little bit confused there, but it might be just something that the WWE did for Chris Jericho to thank him for doing his work with AJ Styles. Who knows? That confused me a little bit there. Next match that I want to talk about, you have that entrance with New Day coming out of the cereal box with their wacky setup. And then you have the League of Nations coming out looking blander than ever. Plain and bland. You know, is this the farewell tour of Wade Barrett? Is this his last WrestleMania? Is Wade Barrett on the way out? Could Bobby Roode replace Wade Barrett in the League of Nations in a couple of months? If the rumor is true that he is leaving after SummerSlam. Huh? Canadian League of Nations? Maybe Bobby Roode? Who knows? But, you know, New Day getting that stunner from Steve Austin. Steve Austin, HBK, Mick Foley came out. You know, they challenged League of Nations as well. HBK looking, damn, like he is in ring shape. He could probably still go now. Looks still good in ring shape, gotta say, HBK. Mick Foley looking good. Looks like he lost a couple of pounds there. But again, yeah, that loss, New Day lost to League of Nations. Then, League of Nations fought the aforementioned Stone Cold, Mick Foley, and HBK. A little scruffle there. New Day, listen, getting the stunner by Steve Austin, no big deal. New Day will continue to sell its merch. They're making money. No big deal. Just it is what it is. Not a big deal. New Day did not get buried. Please stop. New Day is wrestling in front of, on TV, week in and week out. Not to mention on WrestleMania, in front of 100,000 people. By the way, 100,000 people is what, over 100,000 is what The Rock said, that they broke attendance. Brian Alvarez said that it's more like 85 to 90. I don't know. Did Brian Alvarez count each and every single person coming in to the stadium? I don't know. No big deal. But The Rock, again, came in, was doing his thing. Then the Wyatt interaction happened. Then there was a challenge, between, there was a challenge on The Rock. He challenged Eric Rowan, squashed him in about 4 seconds flat, maybe 5. I think they said 6, the fastest time, squashed him. Then Braun Strowman now and Rowan against now, and John Cena comes into the ring. John Cena, surprise, back. A cyborg that he is. He's a freak of nature. I think people were shocked. At first they weren't even booing, but then once they realized that it was John Cena, all along behold, the boos came down from the rafters for John Cena. But what a freak of nature. This guy's Teflon Don. Nothing bothers him. No injury. No crowd react. Being booed, that doesn't bother him. He's a freak of nature, back in quicker time than what was expected for John Cena. Just going back to the Divas 6 tag there. What I don't understand, okay, that's the one with Brie Bella, Team Divas versus Bad and Blonde. Brie Bella gets the pinfall, okay? And supposedly Brie Bella is on her way out after... WrestleMania was like her last big match and that she's maybe even retiring today. But wouldn't it make sense that where Brie Bella would actually pin Lana? Wasn't this like the whole culmination of the thing? Why didn't she pin Lana? Hey, just me. This is just me nitpicking. The other match I really wanted to talk about, Shane McMahon. This match, yes, that high spot off the cage, and you probably expected off the cage, off the Hell in a Cell, jumps off of it and misses it, leads to the tombstone. You kind of could have predicted that. You kind of also could have predicted that Shane McMahon would do something like this because he did, if you remember years back, jump off the Titantron on Steve Blackman. So you kind of expected that Shane McMahon would do something crazy, but you must be really thinking to yourself, at least I was when he was on that Hell in a Cell, my gosh, this guy's 46 years old. Is this the right thing to be doing at all? Much less if you're a 46-year-old man. Now, I know the crowd during this match was respectful. I didn't hear them chant, "This is boring," or anything like that. But you got to be honest. Within the first 5 minutes, both of these guys, Shane McMahon and Undertaker, were huffing and puffing. Slow, it was dragging on. Really, the crowd wasn't into it until really they went on the outside there, and Shane eventually went on the cage. This match definitely had its points where it was really slow, and Undertaker 51-52, Shane 46-47. Shane McMahon is not an everyday wrestler. Neither is Undertaker now. They just looked winded. Huffed and puffed, but they got through it, so you got to give them their props for going through it. And we kind of thought, I was back and forth on this. I didn't know what would happen. I thought that Shane McMahon at the end of the day would win. But initially I thought he wouldn't, but then it was back and forth. But you were kind of disappointed, I guess, because a Shane McMahon victory had so much potential for different storylines, different change. But again, Shane McMahon does have different obligations. You're disappointed because this just could have been a lot of different storylines with Shane McMahon winning. Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar. Now, I like this match. A lot of people weren't even, putting this match up there as being that great of a match. I actually like this match. In the sense of the storytelling, I think the finish could have been better. I think they could have done a lot more. But I like this match as far as the storytelling. When Dean Ambrose is trying to go for that barbed wire bat there, and Brock Lesnar stops him numerous times, he's trying to do this. You have that look on Dean Ambrose's face like, holy shit, what am I going to do? So, he's trying constantly. He's trying, but he just can't succeed. I just like I guess why I like this match is I like the facial expressions on Dean Ambrose. What I didn't like, it's kind of embarrassing. If you've seen on the Jumbotron there, they were counting how many German suplexes Dean Ambrose was getting. What? What is this? Like a baseball game or a hockey game? You know, like in a baseball game and a hockey game, when you look up on a scoreboard, it says, you know, make some noise or stomp your feet. They were counting suplexes that a heel was giving to a face. Is this the new thing? Like, are they trying to tell the crowd what to do? Because this sucks. That sucks. I tell you. Another thing. Where else can we go? Last one. And I guess I'll leave it at that. Roman Reigns versus Triple H. The build-up. And this match, I think, was not good at all. At least in my opinion. This feud is a build-up, what, now, of over a year? A year. All the crap that Triple H has taken from Roman Reigns. All the crap Roman Reigns has taken from Triple H. And how do you start the match? Rest holds. Rest holds? Really? Now, I know in essence what's happening when Roman Reigns is going against Triple H. Triple H is calling the match. He is the boss. So if you're Triple H, you have this long of a time to plan this out. This is supposedly the culmination. And that's how you start the match. I think this match could have been a lot more than what it was. Listen, even though I like Roman Reigns, by all means, Roman Reigns is not getting off the hook either. His facial expressions could have been better. I genuinely felt like there was something missing, that there wasn't a flow to this match. If you look at the match between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar from a year ago, Roman Reigns was a lot better. It seemed like he put a lot more into it. You know, from small things like facial expressions, so on and so forth. It just felt the chemistry was not there for a feud that's been culminating for a very long time, coming to a head. Roman Reigns and Triple H both could have done better. Both could have. And, again, as expected, Roman Reigns is booed. Triple H, even though he was the heel here, was being cheered like a face. But at the end of the day, WWE will do what they want to. And they're going to go full steam on this. They're going to go full steam. It'll be interesting to see what happens on Raw tonight. One last thing that I wanted to say. As far as the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, were you guys excited? Did you guys pop when Shaq came in? No. Interesting. Did you catch that? Where Shaq and Big Show both eliminated. And they're on the outside of the ring and they're smiling together and rubbing backs. Come on. Oops. Come on. Kayfabe, my friends. Kayfabe. You got Tatanka there. I mean, that Battle Royal could have been used to showcase some of the NXT talent, not, quote-unquote legends. You had DDP, Tatanka, Kane. I mean, these guys don't need it. But I like the fact that Baron Corbin won. I think this is a nice way to introduce him to the main roster. So just my overall thoughts on Raw. You know, it is what it is. Maybe my expectations were higher. Maybe they shouldn't have been, but it just honestly felt to me anyway like 2 episodes of Raw. 2 episodes of Raw. Maybe this Raw coming up will be a lot better than WrestleMania. But this WrestleMania was the best WrestleMania since 2015. I hope all is well. I look forward to speaking very, very soon.